Yes, thank you very much. Hello, Crystal Palace Festival. I'm going to ignore you and talk hopefully straight down this camera where I hope there are some people at home. Hello, I'm Marcus Brigstocke and I have misjudged my clothing. This is by some measure the hottest library I've ever been in, and this is so nice as well. This is proper. I mean, listen, it sounds like I'm taking the piss, but I'm genuinely not. I'm out of the house and I had a reason. Yes, I'll take that, right? This is so nice. It looks like I'm going to do a few cheeky late night blue jokes, but I've promised them that I won't. Did you see that? The microphone stand just magically disappeared. Wow, that was voodoo. Absolutely incredible. So listen, I hope anybody watching this, well done for watching this, well done for supporting wherever we are. And it's important, isn't it? Wherever you are, you've got to support the place that you are. And I hope that you're all well. And if there's any A-level students watching, holy shit, what an amazing few days you've had. I will be honest, I feel particularly bad for thick people. There's a lot of focus at the moment on those who were projected an A star and have ended up with a B or a D or something like that, you know, and you don't want them to lose out. But what's really painful right now, I think, are those who did get a D or an E and deserved it. The thick and the lazy, you know who you are. You're my kind of people. A future in stand-up awaits, right? The thick and the lazy. The problem is you have done your A-levels in 2020, which means that for the next few years especially, you'll be in this cohort and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I mean, I can see you got a D, but clearly you're much brighter than that. But you're not. You're thick, right? And that's not fair on you. It puts a lot of pressure on you. Usually, if you show you got a D, they're like, yeah, you're a bit thick. That's all right. You go back. But you're going to have to do something. I don't know. You have to take a job in the cabinet, I should imagine. You're thick, but it looks like you know more than you do. You must take a job in the cabinet. What else have I got to tell you? I've already had COVID, so I'm sort of walking around like I'm immune. I had it back in March, and it sucks. It's awful, but it does mean once you've had it that you can have a bit of fun. You queue up really solemn at the supermarket with everyone else and shuffle forward and stay apart, and then as soon as you're in there, just start licking stuff. It's fantastic. What I like doing is putting my face mask on, getting on the busiest bus possible, have a big coughing fit, and then take the mask off, hand it to someone and go, do you mind holding that? I'm absolutely dying here. I know, right? I'm trying to keep it light because it's quite early in the evening and there are probably kids watching. If there are kids watching, here's a bit of fun you can have, guys, right? Because everything's so serious at the moment. Go into a local shop, right? One of the good ones, the sensible ones, who've got hand sanitizer right by the door and swap it for a bottle of glue. I know, it's really fun. You can just watch people gluing their hands together and then also trying not to touch stuff. And look, I know 2020's been, I am sweating like a kebab here, I'm not going to lie, right? I know 2020's been quite a crap year since COVID began, but let's not take away from 2020 the fact that it was already a phenomenally crap year before the global pandemic kicked in. I don't even know if people remember this, but on the 2nd of January, Donald Trump oversaw the execution of an Iranian military general. We were one day away from a nuclear war. Right? The World War III, that's what they were talking about. Started by a massive inflated Oompa Loompa in a nappy. Right? I mean, if the world ends, the world ends. It'll be awful, but not started by him. It's too bleak. Incredible what we did. The most incredible thing. We killed him like there were incredible people on both sides. There was a person, man, woman, camera, TV. And if you get them in the right order, they give you extra bucks. It's too bleak. It's too bleak. It is. This year started. I tell you what it is. We've got to stop asking thick people questions. We've got to. And I don't just mean in A-levels. Do you know this year started with it being announced all around the world what Meatloaf thinks about climate change? I don't give a toss what Meatloaf thinks about climate. There are two things I need to know from Meatloaf. Stuff he'll do for love and which mammal he is willing to leave hell in the style of, right? I like bats, yeah, but, bats have become a bit controversial recently, haven't they? So, but we've got to stop asking thick people questions, because I don't know how many of you at home during the day. I would think, given lockdown, a lot of you are new to the absolute delight that is Jeremy Vine on Radio 2 in the afternoon. Jeremy Vine hosts a phone-in show on Radio 2 in the afternoons, and it lasts for 18 hours, roughly. It's 18 hours every afternoon. And the rules are very, very simple. It's a topical subject, right? So something from the news that day, and the people phoning in have to know absolutely bugger all about it, but have a lot of opinions, right? And then the only other rule is Jeremy has to know around half that amount on any given subject, right? We've got to stop. It's driving me mad. Loads of people calling it. Do give us a ring, 288 291 here at Radio 2, the Jeremy Vine Show. We got to know, are the schools going to be ready for the kids going back when they go back to school? Will they be able to socially isolate? Hello, Jeremy. This is Margaret from Cornwall, and I'm absolutely mental. I've set myself off there. Hello, Margaret. You're through to the Jeremy Vine Show. Do you have children? She said, no, I don't have children, but send them back to school. Send them in. Give them all COVID. They're all sticky and I can't stand them. Put the old people in there as well. They drive me mad. Always moaning on. Okay, well, lots and lots of people ring. And they always say, right, whoever rings in, they save it, even if they seem quite reasonable. At the very last minute, they drop in something absolutely objectionable. Well, it's been absolutely lovely to talk to you, Jeremy. Thanks so much for taking my call. All lives matter. Huh? Absolutely terrifying stuff. And it's a weird time, right? Because I'm a posh, straight white man, right? So my life is enormously privileged. Look at this. It's hot and I'm still wearing a cardigan and a tie because nothing really matters to me, right? We're very, very lucky. And I'm the real deal as well. I mean, I went to boarding school when I was 7 years old. True. And it's fine. My friends were all the same. I remember on my 7th birthday, my parents walked in and went, well, I think that's enough of that. And off I went and met them again in my early 20s. Lovely people, surprisingly tall. But it's true. This is a weird time, and I think it's both a lovely thing and I think inevitable, because we live in a great country here, right? It's not run how I would run it, right? But I went to boarding school, so I'm exactly the wrong sort of person to be running it, which is why I've helped to avoid it, right? But I do think that people are trying. I see people trying. And if you look at the Black Lives Matter protests, for example, right, and you see things like Little Britain, Matt Lucas and David Walliams, two sensational comedians, having a look at their own work and going, yeah, I don't know, actually, we wouldn't make that anymore. Sorry about that. And off it went. And people went mad. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Little Britain's gone. Oh. Look, if you haven't watched Little Britain yet, what are you doing? It was on years ago. Grow up. Right? So everyone's trying, I think, just to do the right thing. I mean, not everybody, obviously. Nigel Farage is running up and down the Kent coast at the moment, barking like a dog who lives next to a railway line and hasn't really got used to the trade. Woof, 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 boat, 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 boat. There's a boat. Boat, it's got 6 people in it. It's an invasion. Oh, grow up, you knob. Right, it's nonsense, isn't it? And there's people kicking off and making a fuss about the refugees coming. Oh, it's an invasion. Oh, and it's all the strong young men coming over. Of course it is. They walked here from Syria. What do you think was going to happen? They had a family meeting. Go, right, listen, someone's going to have to walk to Calais. Granny, you do it, right? It's not going to happen, is it? But I see people making an effort, right? And me, how I like to spend my day is I read a bit and I listen to a lot of music, right? I listen to loads of music. And one of my favourite kinds of music is reggae. I listen to reggae, ska and dub, right? They're three of it's one genre mashed together, right? But I really like it. But at the moment, even alone in my house, I don't really know how to sing along appropriately. It's all got a bit awkward. And I'm trying to help and I like singing along. So I've just sort of ended up going, singing don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. So if there are any posh white people watching this at home, join in. I woke up this morning, I smiled at the rising sun. 3 little birds all by my doorstep swinging. See, you can't do it. You can't do it. They weren't swinging. They weren't swingers. Listen, a mate of mine lives right round the corner and said that this was happening. And I think that these are the things, right, that make London, that make Britain worth living in. I think it's brilliant. So well done to all the people who've put this together. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you're looking after yourselves and that you're all well and happy and stuff. I'm going to go and sit over there. I've lost a stone.